Let's take a question on computing average. Now this is again one of the interesting questions which is there in almost all kinds of examinations. Let's say you are given average of any four numbers is 21. The sum of last three numbers divided by 14 gives a result of 3. Find the fourth number. Let's first see the technical way of doing it, and then I'll show you as to how best you can do it in your exam. You are told that average of any four numbers is 21. Now what do you mean by average? Average of any set of numbers is the sum of those numbers divided by number of numbers. When I say number of numbers, sum of those numbers. So average of any four numbers is 21. I don't know what is the average of these numbers. Sorry, what is the sum of these numbers? But what I know is that their average is 21. Number of numbers I know is how many numbers are there? 4. And sum of these numbers, well, from this line what I get is that the sum of these numbers is equal to 21 into 4. Numerator into denominator, this is 84. Okay. The sum of the last three numbers divided by 14 gives a result of 3. Now let's call these numbers as x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay. From this equation we know that the sum of these numbers is 84. So we know that x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 is 84. The sum of the last three numbers divided by 14 gives a result of 3. So which are the last three numbers? These are the last three numbers. What does the question say? The sum of last three numbers, which means that x2 plus x3 plus x4 when divided by 14 is equal to 3, or the sum of these three numbers x2 plus x3 plus x4 is equal to 3 into 14 is equal to 42. Right? Find the fourth number. So I have to find out x1. Now I know the sum of these three numbers is 42 through this equation. I just put it here, plus x1 is equal to 84, or x1 is equal to 84 minus 42. So this is the detailed way of working it out. Now how do you do it in your exam? Because there you would not have the luxury of this thing. So there basically you don't need to put in all these formulas and everything. You know that average of any four numbers is 21. So you just simply write x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 is equal to 21. Average divided by 4. So you just write sum is equal to 21 into 4 is equal to 84. The sum of the last three number divided by 14 gives a result of 3. So you know that these three numbers divided by 14, so instead of writing all these three, because again if you start writing all these three you will spend some time on it, you just say three numbers divided by 14 is equal to 3. So 3 number is equal to 3 into 14, 42. Now you know this is 42, okay? So you just put it here. So you say x1 plus 42 is equal to 21.4. This we have computed is equal to 84, or x1 is equal to 84 minus 42 is equal to 42. As this will change sign, the sign will change. So 84 minus 42 is equal to 42. The only way you save time is because of the fact that whatever it has to be written, you try to shortcut all this. I mean, I've written some, you may just write it s is equal to, okay? So just try to minimize the calculations as you are doing it. Of course, if you practice this properly, you will become so perfect in it that you can do it in a mental basis also. But assuming that is not the case, try to minimize whatever you have to write. The more you minimize it, the more is the time available with you.